in order for you to shift and change your body. And one of the tenets of being on this planet and being a child of God is that you have free will and free choice, and that you have signed an agreement before you came here that you are the only person that can shift and change who you are by surrendering, by forgiveness, by loving yourself more. So ultimately, healing is learning to love yourself more. And that's probably more difficult than anyone can imagine, because we're so used to hanging out in the lower frequencies that they become familiar to us. And when we try to raise the frequencies, it feels awkward, feels kind of weird.
Welcome back to our show, Empower Your Life. I'm your host, Cindy Marie. Our next guest is an expert on the science of conscious energy, quantum physics, and quantum or other quantum sciences about healing our body, introducing or welcoming us to the new world of healing using our quantum fields that we already have. So this is the secret of healing about quantum fields that we're going to talk about and deep dive in with our next guest. So let's all welcome Rocky Krogfoss. Hi, Rocky. Once again, thank you so much for taking this part on the show.
I'm glad that you pronounced my last name really good, because most people butcher it. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So before we deep dive in with this quantum emotional healing or quantum physics, of course, there are a lot of people that intrigue and would love to know you more. And I'm sure that you have also incredible experience, turning points of your own quantum emotional healing, and becoming now the expert of this quantum physics or emotional healer. So share with us with your story, please.
Well, let's see, where do I start? Well, let's start when I was a child. I learned a lot of really strong disbeliefs in myself. Excuse me. I had a very violent childhood. My father was a nut bar. And he used physical and mental abuse on me daily. And so I learned the absolute depth of unworthiness, and that unworthiness carried through until my late 30s, when I had a complete emotional breakdown. For me, an emotional breakdown looks like I one day woke up, just turned the switch on, and I felt like total crap, just felt awful. And I dealt with that for a few months. I tried to take the doctor's advice and take pills, which I threw away 2 weeks later, because I didn't know a whole lot about healing at that point. So I knew pills were not the answer. And then I met a woman who channels spirit guides. And we began a journey, 12 years of working together, hundreds of sessions, helping my wounded inner child let go of layers and layers and layers of disbelief in itself. So that came to a halt about 10 years ago. In the meantime, in 2006, a voice came through the channel that I hadn't heard before, and the voice said, I communicate to you through everyone you meet. And I said, who is this? And he said, you can call me Sentient, or you can call me Seth. I said, Seth? Like the Seth? Like the one that channeled through Jane Roberts? And he says, yes, Rocky, same that channeled through Jane Roberts. And I said, what are you doing here with me? And he laughed and he said, you don't know who you are, Rocky. We have known each other a long, long time. And I'm here to help you understand who you are now and the way, you probably didn't know this, but you are a healer and you have a special gift. I went like this. I said, who are you talking to? He says, I'm talking to you. And I said, I have a gift of healing. He says, yes, you do. We're going to work together and I'm going to show you what you can do. You've got an amazing natural gift that you brought with you from this side onto Earth to help people balance their beings and heal pain and trauma. I do. Yes, you do. So after that, I went out and I decided to see, what he was talking about, because I've got no training, no healing skills. And I ran into 4 women, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sorry, before you continue, I'm curious. Did you ever manage to fall asleep after that?
Oh yeah, no, I sleep good. I sleep real good. Yeah. And so I worked. The first woman was a woman I knew, and she had just come out of a acupuncture treatment because she'd had a violent migraine for 5 days. And I looked at her and I said, hey, Nikki, I'm a healer. She says, you are? I says, apparently I am. And so I said, can I try and see if I can help you with your migraine? She said, well, everyone else has done everything for 5 days now and it's not worked. So go ahead. So all I didn't know what to do. I just put my hands on her shoulder and I sent her love. And about 25 to 30 minutes later, she's had her head down and she was resting. And all of a sudden she goes, oh, my pain is gone. But it is? She says, yeah, it's just gone. She said, I feel dizzy and I got a cold sweat, but my pain is gone. I said, great. So well, what did you do? And I says, I don't have a clue, but I'm going to find out. That same scenario happened with the other 3 women. So all 4 women in the period of 1 month all had severe migraine headaches. I put my hands on their shoulder and about 25 to 30 minutes later, each one of them, suddenly their pain disappeared.
Wow.
The last woman says, well, how did you do that? And I says, I don't have a clue, but I'm going to find out. She says, well, it's a miracle. Thank you so much. Then it really hit me that I've got this gift.
Yeah, you have something.
Yeah. So I said, well, what is my gift? And then talked to Seth later and he said, well, you need to research energy. And I said, well, I'm an electrician. I know all about energy. He says, no, not that kind of energy. I said, well, what kind of energy are you talking about? He says, you'll find out. We're working with you. Just do your research on energy. And I started to do research and I came up with this website on quantum physics and how conscious energy affects the cellular body. Now, it was just a basic site, but it suddenly just like a bell went off. I just went, oh, okay. So I started to research quantum physics, biophysics, epigenetics, neuroplasticity, conscious energy research for the next 10 years with the knowing that something's going on here. And I started to put the pieces together. How conscious energy works, how core programming works with conscious energy to create certain realities. In other words, like pain or trauma or good things. So what determines the outcome? So I became an expert on that even before Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton came out with all the information that they've shared. They've been a huge asset to me and I'm very grateful to them. But they just confirmed what I already knew. And so I started working with women with migraines, and then I branched out into chronic pain because I can remember I used to go to dances every Friday night. And this woman she was spiritual and she couldn't she wouldn't get up and dance. And I said, well, come on, get up and dance. She says, well, I got shin splints and it's really painful. And I says, well, what if I told you by the time you get up to the dance floor, they'll be gone? I was joking, but I was serious. And she said, okay. So she got up to the dance floor and, after about a minute of dancing, she says, what did you do to me? I says, what do you mean? She says, my shin splints, they're not painful anymore. And I says, well, that's great, isn't it? So let's dance. And I began to realize that something's going on in my persona. We'll call it my persona, my energy. Something's
going on.
Yes. Yes. And I just, her pain just healed right away. There was another woman who was in one of my videos. She had migraine headaches for 20 years and couldn't take medications. She was pretty a real natural kind of person. And I remember the day I met her, I walked into this metaphysical store. She was working there. And I was just sort of roaming around. I was trying to promote a workshop that I was doing. And she just looked at me and she smiled and said, what did you just do to me? I says, sorry, what did I do to you? What are you talking about? He says, I'm always in pain, and right now I'm not in pain. What did you do to me? And I said, loved you. Yeah. And she says, that's amazing. And then she started telling me about her migraine headaches and how she gets them once, twice a week. And so we worked on her migraine headaches. Every time she got one, she'd either call me on the phone, get onto Zoom, or come and visit me because she was local. And each time I would focus on helping her release the pain, and it would take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. And the pain.
Wow.
Yeah. So her video is on YouTube, and her name is Donna. And so I really came into a knowing that I have a gift to help people release pain. But I also learned that some people are attached to the pain. In other words, the pain gives them reason to be taken care of. They don't want to release the pain. So there are times when I meet a person where I can't help them release the pain. So it is interactive. You have to be willing to sit there and say, I give my body permission to release the pain. And in doing so, I'm able to, I'll use the term merge with their quantum field, which is what their body is, and help them begin to drain the pain. And then we work on causation, what programs running in the background that's causing you to create this pain over and over again. So I help them literally heal the cause of the pain, and the pain goes away forever.
All right. Well, I for me, while listening to that, I mean, I'm originally from Philippines, and I've shared this with you. We have this, we call it healer as well. And my family believe in this. And obviously, over time, as you kind of expose with different technology, with different people, with different like intelligence kind of approaches in dealing with your traumas, with your pain and all of that. So you started to have that doubt of or question of what is that kind of healing is. And I think now, since you shared your experience and how you really honed to that, because you're already aware now that you're having this gift. But I think it's great to know for a lot of people to understand what is quantum healing and what it's not. So can you share with us a little bit more about this quantum healing?
Well, in the world of conscious energy and quantum physics, In order to create a particular reality, pain, trauma, or love, joy, happiness, you have two things. You have your quantum field, which is what your body is, conscious energy. Your quantum field body is not physical. Everything in your body is energy. And that's a scientific fact now. That's not just me guessing. So in order to create a reality, you have to have a quantum field with information. Now, that information can be, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, stupid, that kind of thing. Those kind of things are subconscious. They're not conscious. I never work with the brain. So I always drop down into the subconscious mind with my clients to access the core program, which is associated with creating pain or trauma. This can involve several things. Inner child is usually a good place to start because our parents, God bless them, in my case, they were overtly crazy. But usually parents are fairly good, but they have beliefs and fears that get downloaded to you through the inner child and through something we call lineage. There's something in the family tree that gets down, so, and there's also the patriarchal mindset, something that you would be very familiar with. As a woman, it's never been pro-woman. Patriarchal mindset is exactly what it says. It's male rule, male thought, male process, and a woman is not linear. Women are not linear, they're quantum. They, from the right side of their brain, left side of their body is all quantum. They need to operate in a quantum way, and the linear patriarchal mindset does not allow for you to operate in a normal fashion that you were born to do. So quantum emotional healing is identifying core programming which is associated with pain creation, with challenges, with trauma, with not feeling good enough, feeling feeling stuck, and raising your vibration. So this is where we get into the vibration thing. You raise your cellular vibration by changing the information within your quantum field. And the information in your quantum field is something you're unaware of because you downloaded it so long ago. You're just not really aware of because it's subconscious as well. So cellular vibration changes when the information you are repeating through your thoughts and your words, it keeps you stuck in a place of that particular vibration. And when I listen to my clients, the first thing I do is I listen to your story. And your story is the words you use to describe your reality. You're not aware that you're saying stuff that is causing you to, I use the term, pour gasoline in a dragon's mouth. It's never a good thing. You know, there's things that we say, we don't even know the power of words.
Yes.
We just don't know. But we do know scientifically that all of these things, our thoughts, our feelings, our words, all are connected to a frequency in our body, and your cellular vibration vibrates at that particular frequency. And, you know, a lot of people will say, I've tried to let go of this feeling of not being good enough or whatever. And I'll say, well, let's just slow it right down now. And let's listen to your story. Let's listen to your story. Just let go of anything else. And I'm going to repeat back to you what you just told me. Believe to be true. And then as I do, they begin to go, well, that's not very positive, is it? No. Yeah. And so I say, it's because of that you're locking in a particular reality, a particular frequency, and you're repeating the same thing over and over again. It's like Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing something over and over and over again, but expecting a different result.
Yeah.
Let's change the language, change the belief. It doesn't happen overnight, of course, but we have to start. So you just start. My spirit guide Seth says, you've got to learn to fake it till you make it. And it's true. And so you begin to, the first thing you do is you realize that your language and your thoughts are creating a stuck feeling in a particular frequency that is keeping you in uncomfortable, in trauma, pain, whatever. Then the second thing is to begin to say, I give my body permission to read this old program. Now, it has to be you saying it, because you're really the only person that can make changes in your body. It's not true when the healer says, I can do it for you. It's not true.
Interesting.
Yes, no. It is not true. In order for you to shift and change your body, and one of the tenets of being on this planet and being a child of God is that you have free will and free choice, and that you have signed an agreement before you came here that you are the only person that can shift and change who you are by surrendering, by forgiveness, by loving yourself more. So ultimately, healing is learning to love yourself more. And that's probably more difficult than anyone can imagine, because we're so used to hanging out in the lower frequencies that they become familiar to us. And when we try to raise the frequencies, it feels awkward, feels kind of weird. But but when you do, you give your body permission for a frequency to rise in. And when you raise the frequency of your cellular body, your DNA, your persona, your aura, your quantum field, whatever you want to call it, expands at that frequency. Now, what does that mean? It means that the law of attraction, which is always in action, changes your reality like a switch.
Wow.
If you operate at a higher frequency, the reality you're attracting to yourself is different. It won't be the same as the reality that you had just a day ago. So that's how realities come in and out. And so be careful what you say, be careful what you think, I like to say, become aware of it. Become aware.
I love I love when you mention it very distinct about I think it's more on not aware of inner selves, and we are victim of this because, like what you said, from how we being raised and how all of this culture or tradition has been transferred from one generation to another, and we think it's normal, right? And it's funny because I have a couple of friends who always speak negative towards or about themselves that they're not aware of. And then I keep on repeating to themselves, because we're exchanging on audio messages. I said, it's very interesting. Would you like to listen once again to your messages and see if you can get anything? And then this is one thing that I have a question for you, because they know, because we're using the brain, we all know that we're talking negatively, but I'm curious, like, there are a lot of people who don't even believe that words are powerful, and that's coming from the quantum fields, the energy. They would say, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't change anything. For example, I should, I need, I want, all of these are very, very different. And how do you, I'm sure that you have experienced let's say potential clients who inside very desperate but very stubborn.
Yes.
That I don't think that you can do it, but I will, like, very hesitant to agree or admit that I'm here for seeking for help, but at the same time, I don't want to admit that. So how are you helping with those clients? Have you experienced that? Because I'm curious.
Oh, all the time. People don't believe that I can do what I say I can do. Like, I'm still going out into the world and people just go, what the hell is a quantum emotional healer? Well, you're one of those woo-woo guys. I say every time you walk into a doctor's office, you're seeing the truth of what woo-woo really looks like. Doctors are woo-woo. They're not healers. It's all fake science, fake medicine. And if you want to heal your body, it's a natural thing that God gave us. It's just that we have been programmed away from it. So a lot of people are programmed into believing that medicine is, and it's not. I can safely say, after my life and all the things that I've gone through, and I've gone through a lot, believe me, Nights of the Dark Soul and everything, and medicine is not the solution. In fact, we know now that Big Pharma has had an evil agenda from the get-go. And so it's time now for people to realize that they have power within them. They have the power to change. So I introduce it slowly through meditation, through a relaxation exercise.
Okay.
And they begin to feel it, because in order to heal it, you must feel it. In our society, in our medical woo-woo society, what's the one thing they don't do? They don't allow you to feel anything. They say, as soon as you feel something, here's something to numb it. And so when you feel feelings, you're in a space, call it a vortex or a field, where your opportunity to create different potentials are very. So I lead them into that and I get them to relax so that they're not argumentative. They feel safe. That's important.
Yes.
Especially working with women, they really need to feel safe. So I welcome them to say, we're just going to do this. It's going to be really simple. It's not going to be interventionist. It's just going to be taking care of you. So we'll do this exercise and I'll just talk to them gently and get them to relax their nervous system. They can feel it, and they can feel better already, because they don't even know that their nervous system's always going like this.
Yeah.
I bring it in, I bring the persona in, and I balance it. So that's the start. Give them the mindset that, feel better, something's going on here. Whatever woo-woo you're doing, Rocky, keep it going. It's not woo, it's simple science. So bringing them to a space, and I call it a space, a vortex, if you will, of potential, is all quantum physics. That's what quantum physics is a space of potential. Conscious energy, by a very famous scientist named Dr. Amit Goswami. He called conscious energy the field of possibilities. In other words, since your whole body is a quantum field, you are a field of possibilities.
Yes.
Limited by your brain, because you don't need to use your brain to figure this out. You can shut off your brain. That's what I do with clients. I get them to shut this down, shut it down, and then drop down to the heart. The heart is connected to the subconscious mind, and that's the pipeline to healing. So it's very much like the monks in Tibet. They knew this thousands of years ago. But we in the West, we have been indoctrinated by greed and power and money and big pharma tried to tell us that we're just physical, we can't do anything. They hate the fact that people are waking up to the fact that they're powerful. They hate that because they know they will lose. And they are losing that. They are losing a lot. And so the time has come for people to just sit back and it's okay to think about something different than our current. It's okay. You're not going to burn in hell. You're just going to give yourself a chance to feel better. And then when I come along, I can focus your attention and the energy on specifically what needs to be shifted and changed. That's all you're really doing, is shifting and changing your core beliefs and how you talk about it and what you feel. Get that feeling into a place of, how do you feel now? Well, I feel better. Good. Keep that feeling, stay where you are, you're doing good. And once that feeling gets locked in, it might take 2 or 3 sessions, but it's locked in. You've already started to create a new reality. Frequency has changed. You're feeling good. You're aware that you can create this good feeling. And now we go in and we just take our dustpan and our mop and we clean up all the junk in between, so that you operate on a clean filter of loving self. And it's okay for you to stand up on your soapbox and say, I love myself infinite. I'm proud of myself. I do everything to the best of my ability. I always do. I am very proud of how I operate in my life. And things like that. They're very powerful words. They're very powerful frequencies. And when you say them from your heart, not your head, they have an infinitesimal ability to shift and change your cellular frequency. In fact, the heart, this is from the Heart Math Institute in California, the heart has a magnetic field, electromagnetic field, 5,000 times more powerful than the brain. We've all been taught to use the brain. No wonder we struggle.
Yeah.
The brain has a function, just let it go and start working with your heart and your inner peace, and shift and change your own personal power, your quantum field, to a higher state of self-love. And ultimately, you will create the realities that you want. So you can start putting words into them. I would like more money. I would like a good relationship. I would like, all these things. I would like a peaceful world. I feel at peace for the first time in my life. When you feel at peace, when you give yourself a chance to feel at peace, that peace transfers into the conscious energy of the entire planet. So you're literally creating peace on Earth by having peace come to you in your own body. So there's a number of areas we can look at to make your entire being, your entire daily, minute by minute, second by second life better. And it'll never be perfect, but we can make it better. That's why I love doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before, and I remember you told me this, giving myself permission, because I've changed my journey from working in a corporate world now by an entrepreneur and doing this coaching. And I mean, taking all of those courses, never knew that I have been practicing the quantum physics within me, and I'm just curious, because obviously while listening to you, I can resonate, I can relate. And I love when you said about this peace. because when we truly connect within ourselves, like, because the most challenging part in human being will be shutting the brain. And I sometimes, or even like I think every other day, I have this challenge with me. I'm not sure because I've been trying to cut my medicine because I have an allergy that I don't know where it's coming from. So I told myself that I want to start cleansing by taking less and less and less medicine. And I'm not sure, maybe you have the explanation with that, because ever since I started to cut this, so what I've been doing, like every other day, I will not take, let's say, the antihistamine. I have specific, either before going to sleep, I can't sleep at all. And my brain just can't stop. And then like last night, I fall asleep, but then 3 a.m. again, my brain kept on operating and operating. I'm like, and I'm trying to, please let me sleep, please let me sleep. And I'm curious, do you have explanation with that? Would that be a effect of the medicine, or?
I've worked with lots of people, know the medicine, it can affect it, but not really. This is something you can control very easily. Lots of people who've had issues with their brain not slowing down. They're operating and it's a problem on this planet. It's there's a number of factors, you know. There's lineage, there's training, there's culture, there's all kinds of things involved.
Yeah.
And I love working with people who want to learn how to close down their brain. Not close it down altogether, just bring it down to a level where you're resonating at peace with your cellular frequency, with your nervous system. And once you're able to do that, and it doesn't take long, because your intention is to get the brain to slow down, slow down, slow down. When you talk to the cells of your body, we didn't know this, the cells of your body respond to your commands immediately. So when your intention is to get your mind to slow down, you can literally tell your brain, you know what? Time to slow down, bud. Take a pill, relax, sit in the corner, grab a wobbly pop, whatever you want to do, just chill. You know, just chill. And that you can do that by just breathing through the nose and out through the mouth. The breathing is a wonderful tool for relaxing.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I've been doing before going to sleep. Usually I have like counting 25.
Yeah.
Proper breathing and breathe out, deep breathing. By I think 15, I'm already like asleep. But I think because I just know I started to change, or not change, but really reducing my medication. I'm really trying to, not trying, but I'm really cutting, because I truly believe that we are connected with the natural medicine or natural healing, and I am attracting that. And I remember when yesterday I didn't take this antihistamine, I was speaking with my body like, I know that you might be feeling the pain, because our body, or my body, or your body is adjusting, but hang in there, we'll get better, you know. Like sometimes I have this feeling that it's so nice to speak with myself like that, because I love myself. And when I'm really in the intention of loving myself, you know, you just feel free and peace. And whenever I'm having this conversation with my other friends, because they are not there and they can't really resonate or relate with me, and I said, I understand what, because majority of them really having this normal, not normal, but typical corporate life where it's all busy, busy, busy. So thinking one, and on and on and on. And I love you mentioned about this thinking about taking medicine, which going through the next question that I'm about to ask you. I mean, inner work is difficult, it's challenging. And I've known so many people that they're going to psychologists or psychotherapists because I think they can also prescribe some medication. And I know some people that tend to take that path because they don't want to do the inner work.
Right, exactly. They don't want to do the inner work because it involves feelings. And so
yeah, so share with me, because I'm really curious about this. And this has been constantly a challenge with a lot of people, especially men. Like, even though there are a lot of people starting to opening up, it seems like still people, I think you mentioned earlier that refusing to get healed because that pain somehow a medicine for them. That's their comfort, and they felt okay with that. So share with me on this.
With men, it's the pain of shame. I'm a man, I don't talk about my pain. I don't talk about that stuff. I've come into that experience many times. 97% of my clients are women for a reason. It's because when they show up, on the proverbial couch, so to speak, but usually it's online, they're just ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do what it takes to heal. I've tried everything, tried the doctors. I realized that's never going to work. And I said, well, that's very good. Now let's get busy and focus on a sequence of events that you can do to bring yourself, bring your body into peace and release whatever you want to release, because you're in charge of that. So I work with them and I show them the process. We do the process so you can feel.
Yeah.
And then you're familiar with the process. You're familiar with how easy it is when you go down into a state of relaxation, how much power you have. I call this process dropping down into your sanctuary. And your sanctuary is in your subconscious mind. It's like a UFO, and it's bubble, and it's sitting in a beautiful garden or on a seashore or whatever. It's just really, really, really quiet. And in that quiet, your mind, it can't operate that fast because it's too much pain. So in that space, you learn how to quiet down your body, bring your nervous system down, breathe, give your lungs the oxygen that it's not getting by being super busy all the time. And that's a process that I would love to do with you. It's really quite simple. And you'd be surprised how powerful you are, and you can change your life.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. Maybe it's the subconscious with me that I am intrigued and curious. And honestly, my shoulder here is giving me pain. And I'm like, I have to tell him. And here you are telling me that I would love for you to experience. And then I'm like, okay, that's my cue. I've got to tell you. And I don't know why, but I guess my subconscious energy is telling me by giving me that pain so that I can experience myself how Rocky is giving the clients the healing that we are talking about.
So the pain is on your left side?
Here.
Yes. And the left side is? the feminine. The right side is the masculine.
Masculine, yeah.
So the feminine is under attack. And that is a typical cultural experience of many people who live in the Asian countries, because you're so linear. You're so, got to work hard, got to keep working hard, got to make more money, got to do this, got to do that. It's not about loving self, but you are here to change that. You are here to change the lineage in your family to one of peace and harmony. So that would be relatively easy to do. Letting go of the linear mindset, which is, it's about 3% of your reality. And becoming aware of the multiple things that are potentially happening and just allowing them to take place allows your heart to integrate into a new frequency that gives you so much more power and control over your body. So that would be fun to work with you to do that.
Yeah.
I welcome all women who are, having troubles dealing with this wave of energy on this planet, which is, it's intense these days.
Yes.
Energies, the plasma, gamma rays, they're very intense, but they're forcing you. It's like an energy field coming around you and going, squeeze, squeeze. All your, I call it your poo-poo caca, is coming out. And you're going, what was that? No? Gosh, I didn't even know that was there. You're cleansing a mindset, linear thinking, because you've been taught, and it's not your fault. See, it's not your fault. That's the thing. You've been taught that this is the way to do things. This is the way to success. This is the way to have a happy life.
Yeah.
You don't believe that. You don't. And that's a good thing, because life doesn't have to be hard work to succeed. In fact, when you work with the river of life, not against it, you succeed so much easier. And the river of life is a energy field that's always flowing forward. It's the energy of God flowing forward. And when you decide to, I like to tell people, let go of the mind, come to the river of life, grab the canoe, off you go on. If you don't have any paddles, you don't have any sails, you don't have any steering mechanism, I trust that God will bring things to me that I need, heal me, bring me abundance, bring me joy, bring me happiness. All I have to do is ask for it. On the river of life, you're always safe on the river of life. So, but most people, try. I like the industrial world's definition of motivation. It's a goal, working hard, working faster, working, and all you do is burn out because you're going against the river of life. And so when I invite people to go on to the river of life, their entire world changes, because they begin to see that once they let go of what they think is the way they're supposed to do things, they tell us to do it. And who are they? Well, they're corporate monsters who want us to be vegetables. And, eventually we become a vegetable on that system. We become sick. We become, uninspired, all those things. So becoming inspired is a heart energy. And that heart energy will help you let go of that pain. When you choose to take care of yourself in this way, this fashion, on the river of life, when you decide to sit in the canoe and just go, okay, sit here and let God stuff. I have faith and trust that God loves me, and
Yes.
I deserve abundance. I deserve joy. I deserve the things that I want, the things that I need. They come to you because the river of life is very abundant. No matter what you ask for, you're going to get it. So there's things in the way of that. It's called greed and what's the word I'm looking for? Shame and all the things that come in with receiving love, receiving abundance. You're not supposed to ask for that. Well, Bull Tweeties, you asked for it. And you ask for everything. You ask for it all. Ask for it all. Without shame, without judgment of self. And judgment of self is a very serious problem on this planet.
Yes.
Some healers call them blockages. I just call them programs that keep you from being the best you can be. And so I help you release those programs because that, healers that say, I'm going to remove your blockage. Well, what is that? What is that? It's not blockage. It's a program that is keeping you limited. So when we identify the exact cause of this limitation, we can let it go and literally, let more energy flow through you. And at the same time, there's no blockage, so there's no extra stress. Being stress-free is my favorite thing.
I think that's what everyone's looking for, like being stress-free.
It's my email is stressfreeme99@gmail.com because I know how to be stress-free. And like I said, anybody who watches this show, if you want to reach a new level of self-worthiness and self-love and stress-free and pain-free, trauma-free, I welcome you to contact me. I am doing a webinar on November the 5th.
Okay.
That's my time. So the webinar is called Women's Healing and Empowerment. You'll learn everything that we're talking about today and the specifics. And we'll go into it in a way that you can it's piece by piece. I've spent 10 years putting this webinar together, upgrading. Each slide goes nicely with the next slide. And you really see how you create your reality and what kinds of things are in the way. And I love that workshop because it's emotional. And women tend to really see themselves. It's a very introspective webinar because they see who they really are. And sometimes we want to sit there at the end of the webinar and go, I didn't know that. Kind of quiet and stunned. There's one program that women have that just about every woman has this program. And I share it with people. And that program is called I Give My Love Away to Everyone in the Hopes of Getting Some Back. Talk about the empowering program. Comes from that old religious nonsense called it's better to give than to receive. So your temple is full all the time, and so your energy field radiates love, and you help people by helping them help themselves. Learning how to do that's not easy because women have been programmed through the patriarchal male mindset.
Yeah.
Gotta do things, like this. And it's not healthy. It's time for women to claim their feminine power and I invite them to rewrite the rule book. Rewrite the rule book. That is, the rules you follow now, no matter whether they're lineage or inner child or patriarchal. Let me just go, we'll just get rid of that one. You write it in a way that serves you, that loves you. And
yeah.
It's like a computer. It's like when you have a virus, you know. I like to jokingly call myself Rocky, your friendly neighborhood antivirus program. So it's about the information in a quantum field. That's ultimately what you're trying to improve. That's what, and you know, this is science. It's all proven now. Dr. Bruce Lipton he discovered how all this works. My spirit guides, and I'm very lucky. I talked to a number of different archangels. I talked to some ascended masters. Seth is an ascended master. I've talked to Saint Germain. I've talked to Lord Metatron. I've talked to Jesus. I've talked to Mary Magdalene. I've talked to a number of high-level archangels, and they filled in the spaces for me on consciousness, quantum fields. I've even had the chance to speak to Einstein 3 times.
Nice.
And that was a big treat for me because he's one of my So, you know, I've had a very unusual life, but I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. And I'm here to share today that whatever's going on in your life doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Everything can be shifted and changed to a higher frequency, to a better place, a relaxing, more soothing, more personally self-loving space. And that will change your reality. So I welcome people to contact me, and let's get busy.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure after this, a lot of people will be curious and interested in to reach out to you. But before that, I am curious to know, I mean, I know how you already practice yourself stress-free, but would you share with us if you have like ritual or routine to sort of practice of keeping yourself optimistic in a highest vibrancy or highest energy? So, you know,
it's not about reaching a higher frequency that way. First, it's as simple as releasing old programming. You have to release the old to bring in the new. So you've been trained or taught or downloaded information on how you should operate. And some of that information is still there. So we have to go and clean that out, because the problem with information in a quantum field is if you don't clean it out, it tends to want to come back. No matter. So ritual and ceremony are all good. They raise your vibration temporarily. I'm not interested in temporarily raising your vibrations. I'm interested in getting you from here to here.
Yeah. Permanently.
So this is all gone, and your world, my spirit guides told me that when your vibration is higher, the world always meets you at that higher vibration. In other words, your life is going to change for the better. So
then for average, not average, but people who don't have the gift as yours and would like to know if there is a suggestion that you can share with them to start little by little, because it's an ongoing process, right? To shift to that level is...
I'm going to give you a clear fact.
Okay.
People who think they can self-heal are fooling themselves. It's possible, but it's really, really hard. When you come and see me, I work with you so that you can immerse into a new way of being I will work on the bad things. I will help you release that programming. And then together we can institute or download a new program that loves you, honors you, respects you, and gives you a new sense of purpose, feeling, brings you closer to God. So the one thing I can tell people to do right now that will help feel better right now is the breathing exercise. So I can do a couple minutes right now if you want. So I'll ask you, people can watch you, just close your eyes.
I'll do that.
And breathe through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth like this. At the same time as you're breathing, you can listen to my voice, soothing your whole body. Every cell, every muscle in your body is being infiltrated with love right now. I receive this love without any reservation. I am worthy of receiving love now. So just let your body feel the love coming into your body. Feel the pain suddenly dulling, suddenly going away. You can give that pain permission to just drain down your body like a stream of water, out your feet and into the earth, grounding yourself and becoming aligned with Mother Earth, which is pure peace, pure love. That's it. Put your hand on your heart and say, I am worthy of infinite love. I receive that love now. My spirit guides, my angels, God, Jesus, whoever, they're sending me love now. I receive it infinitely. I feel the peace. I walk and talk the peace that I long to be. That's it. This is a very simple exercise. As you can see, it's not difficult. If you just listen to my voice, that alone will help you relax.
I felt, I started feeling dizzy and then feeling floating, sorry.
Yes.
And I think you noticed that I started to lose the stress from my shoulder. And for listeners or viewers right now, whether you believe it or not, the pain that I talked about earlier, it disappeared.
But you commanded it with love. You received of the love replaced that quantum field with information. It just got surrounded by love, and it just melted down. Gave it permission to release through your body into the earth. Very simple, and you freed yourself from that pain. So,
yeah.
So you have the power to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's because for me, I've been practicing of really intentional of connecting with my being, and I also believing with this energy healing. So I guess giving myself permission to surrender on that level, to allow your voice to come in to heal me on that sense, it's easier for, I think, a lot of people who are distracted. So
Absolutely.
yeah, but I'm grateful that I can tell and remind myself that you are well connected. I am well connected with myself, and I even like it's so freely for me to surrender and allow Rocky to just say the words and just surrender on that and allow me to
Feel.
have that sense and feeling, and voila, that's the magic. That's the miracle of healing, and
It's that simple. It really
it
is.
is.
There's
But I
no
guess
there's no tool, there's no ritual, there's nothing better than simplicity. Everything that God wants us to know is simple. How to love,
it's true.
simple. There's no, I call it ching to the ching ching, ching to the ching ching, dolly dollar dollar dollar. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Just love yourself.
Mhm.
Gently is the word. Don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Let that mind linearity go. Let your heart take over and just relax. Sit back, just relax and breathe.
Yeah.
When you put your hand on your heart, Beth told me that your intuition goes to,
Yeah.
and suddenly your mind just goes, "Put-in."
Well, it's a very interesting conversation and experience of that exercise that I surrendered myself, and so people can experience as well, because I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people would say woo woo woo, but we are having a real talk here and honest and sensing, allowing that energy. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people outside or watching or listening right now really intrigued and really curious. And you have mentioned earlier, and this is the only way for them to reach out to you, and you can work this out through online and even better in person, right?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I work around the world. I've worked with people on every continent on this planet. So I'm 99.99% of my work is online.
Fine. Awesome. So where they can reach you again?
Well, they can reach me at www.migraine1, number one, mastery.com. Migraine1mastery.com. There's a form on there. I'll do an introductory healing for you for $50.
Mm-hmm.
You can experience the work. Now, I notice I said experience the work. I'm not going to do anything that you're going to go logically. This is what happened. No, it's not going to be that. It's going to be experiential. That's what you went through. You went through an experience. You can't explain it. Who cares? You feel better. Who cares?
I agree when you said who cares. It's really about who can help you, who can heal you. That's what matters really. And I think a lot of people, especially of not practicing the surrender, not practicing the allowing and accepting that there's some other, not even some other, but there is one specific way that you said it, simple, but we just have to practice shutting this down.
Exactly. So, and if people want to get a hold of me direct, they can contact me at my email. I'm not a big social media guy. I do have a Facebook page. It's Rocky Krogfoss, but stress-free me 99@gmail.com is one of the best. I like the email. I like the email because that gives me a chance to book people at a right time, because when you're working around the world, you have to work at weird hours sometimes, and set it up so that people can be in their comfort zone.
Yeah. So everyone, if deep inside of you, you resonate, but you can't admit, that's totally fine. And you want to connect with Rocky, don't hesitate. I mean, I reached out to him. We had a very great connection. I shared with him my story, and here we are. I'm sharing with you the healing that he can do. And again, just allow yourself to open for that possibility. Yes. We all know that it's all about logic, that sometimes we get so frustrated that there's nothing that really can heal you. But in fact, there always is. But it's always about opening your heart, opening yourself for possibility. And if you're in the position whereby, like the client that Rocky earlier saying that, I've tried everything, so what can I lose? Go on. So here I am sharing with you. Reach out to Rocky either through the website. There's a form for you to fill out. You can experience with the amount of $50, or you can reach out to him via his email. He's without a doubt, like so easy to reach out, and easy and peasy, like hassle-free, so stress-free, right?
Stress-free. I want to mention too, I've written 4 books, and those books are available on my website. The first book is called Conscious Energy, Healing and Miracles. It's the science of conscious energy from as far back as 200 years ago, when they first started working on conscious energy. And the second book is called The Subconscious Mind. It goes through the healing process and how the subconscious mind and conscious energy work together to create your reality. The third book is one of my favorites. It's called The Subtle Art of Listening.
Yes.
It teaches men how to hear a woman without fixing them or arguing with them or correcting them or ignoring them. It teaches them why, when a woman needs to be heard, it's best if you shut up.
Love that.
Yeah.
Which is a practice. It's an ongoing practice. We all want to talk.
The book itself, The Subtle Art of Listening, Why Hearing a Woman Can Lead to a Deeper Love, has an exercise in it that will help men merge into this concept of zipping the lip and just listening. And women absolutely feel loved, feel heard, feel valued, and feel supported. And it means that a couple can get closer, because men inadvertently, they're taught through the patriarchal system that the way a man earns love is by fixing you all the time. And every time a man fixes you, your energy gets stuck right here.
You're not hearing me.
You're not hearing me. And you want to take a baseball bat and clunk him on the head. So stop it, guys. Stop it. And the last book is called The Law of Attraction. Now, there's lots of books out there on the law of attraction, but I've explained it through a scientific process, because the law of attraction is 100% scientific. It's a great read on how to take the law of attraction, put it into action for you.
Yeah.
Because the law of attraction is always working. Even this reality right now, you and me, this is the law of attraction in action.
Yeah, well, there you go. Everyone, once again, I'm going to put that on blog, and this is going to be published on video and or of course on audio. So everything will be available. Again, if you find it resonating with your frustration, desperation, don't hesitate to reach out to Rocky, and he'll be happy to help you, and also be welcoming for the possibility that there could be a resistance. Can they?
Oh,
Yes.
resistance is natural, but it's very easy to let go of it, because that's what feeling safe and feeling heard does for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Feeling
Because
heard.
I think a lot of people will always wanting to have, again, we are going back, and it's going to be a forever ongoing conversation anyway. I want a quick fix, quick result. But of course, if we are not surrendering, there will always be resistance. So when you reach out to Rocky, there could be possible that deep inside subconscious, there's a resistance, but having that possibility, suggesting yourself or permission for that healing, then I think it's going to be an incredible, or at least there's a feeling of healing that you're looking for, that perhaps this is why you want to reach out to Rocky. So Rocky, I appreciate you, and I want to acknowledge you putting this time, sharing with everyone the meaning of the quantum healing, quantum physics, quantum fields that we all have, but we have yet to connect deeply within that, so we can have a free and peace life. So I really, really appreciate you, and thank you so much.
It's about the experience. And once you surrender to the experience, your body will shift and change, and you will feel better. It's as simple as that. The resistance, when it comes up, as soon as you let go of the resistance, your muscles relax. As soon as you let go of the resistance, the pain goes away. As soon as you let go of the resistance, your heart grows. And so resistance is something that I am the king of, because I was in resistance so much during the journey. So I know exactly what people are going through. I'm not some kind of a guru. I'm just a guy who has a gift, and I welcome people to be their authentic self, resistance or no resistance, skepticism or no skepticism.
Yes.
All I can transmute all of it. Doesn't matter.
All right. There you go.
There you go.
Everything will be provided. And again, don't hesitate to reach out. And I guess, we all deserve the healing that we all been wanting, and, we deserve to have it. So thank you so much.
Everybody deserves to be free.
Exactly. So if you have not been doing, or you have been doing and trying everything, again, Rocky Krogfoss, and I provide everything in the blog. So thank you. I appreciate you, and looking forward for our next activity or exercise. So yeah, thank you so much, Rocky.
No, it's my pleasure. It was an absolute delight to be here today. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that interview, and I hope you find it inspiring and motivating. Remember, stay optimistic and keep taking action slowly but surely for your big dreams. Thank you once again, and I'll see you on the next episode here at Empower Your Life.